Alhamdulillah.
Radio Ansaar, 24/7, 365.
We'd love to meet you. Pay us a visit. It's Radio Ansaar.
Did you look at the sun giving you warmth? Did you look at the sky? Are you falling in love? It is from the Creator. You can't get enough. He is everywhere, and He knows we stay. Yes, He knows. Yes, He knows. He knows. You've got the world in your hands. He's the one who we're thanking for life. He is a Rahman. He is a Rahman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord, cherisher, nourisher, sustainer and master of the universe, the most gracious, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Ya Allah, it is on you that we worship and is your guidance that we seek. Ya Allah, keep us in a straight path. Ya Allah, shower us with your chest of blessings. Ya Allah, shower us with your mercy. Ya Allah, guide us. Greetings, salam, salutations on our beloved Nabi Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It's now 8 minutes past 9 on this beautiful Friday evening, and we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome you to Let's Chat on Radio Ansaar with myself, Faizal, MJ, Suleman and buddy Govender.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Faizal. Lovely to be back and have you back in the studio as well. People were looking for you, your fans.
I'm just a surprise, actually. You know what I mean? Yeah. But buddy, it's wonderful being back. I think it's almost 3 weeks we haven't done the show together.
2, I think.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, but still, that's a long time.
It is, undoubtedly.
Absolutely.
The show, alhamdulillah, it's got a lot of interest.
Yes, it has.
And people are talking every time they meet us. They want to share some thoughts on the Casbah with us. But I keep on telling them, don't talk to me. Call us. Send us a WhatsApp. Come on to the show. Visit us at the studio.
Absolutely.
And they can discuss, some issues with us.
And we want people to WhatsApp us today and, tell us of any memory of the Casbah that you have. Mm-hmm. Whether you lived in the Casbah, whether you even visited on a Saturday morning, you had to come into the Casbah to Mysteries to buy your groceries or something. Mm-hmm. Then tell us about those memories. We'd love to hear from you guys.
060-904-1056. That's 060-904-1056. We are discussing the Casbah, Durban's Casbah area, the famous Casbah area. And absolutely. I don't think we need to do even any introduction when we speak of the Casbah. Yeah. Buddy?
But let us maybe just give a small taste of what we're going to be talking about again. Mm-hmm. The Durban Casbah centered around Grey Street. It's a vibrant tapestry of cultures, histories, relationship that shaped generations of neighbors into a close-knit urban family. Mm-hmm. The Casbah was home to Indian, African, colored communities, and as we said, the whites were there after hours, Faisal.
Yes, after hours.
We lived side by side in a space that defied apartheid segregational logic. Markets like the Victoria Street, the early morning bazaars, they weren't just for business and commerce.
No.
They were meeting points where neighbors, friends exchanged stories, aunties exchanged recipes, and we had laughter about everything about life. Yeah. Mosques, temples, churches, that stood within walking distance of each other, which showed a deep respect for spiritual diversity. Mm-hmm. During the apartheid, remember, the Casbah became a hub for activism.
Yes.
Neighbors supported one another, whether through underground networks, meetings in homes, public rallies at Curry's Fountain. And then before our time, Faisal, they used to meet at Red Square, which is where Nichols Square Parkade is now.
Okay.
From bunny chows to the tea room to the cafes to snooker clubs, the Casbah social life was rich and inclusive. Neighbors, Faisal, they were not just residents.
They were all family.
They were family, and they were co-authors of a shared urban story of our life. Isn't that summing up the Casbah perfectly?
I think you couldn't have done a better job, buddy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just when you were talking about the Casbah, the thought that went to my mind was the bunny chow, and you mentioned that from the bunny chow.
Still today, people want to know where was the best bunny chow,
Mhm.
and the beauty part of it, you'll get maybe one or two restaurants that will come out most popular,
Mhm.
but there was bunny chows all over the show.
Even your little tea room kind of thing used to sell it.
Where was your favorite bunny chow, Faizal? Come on, tell us.
I know we used to get our bunnies from Pravina's. surprisingly.
Pravina's.
That's in what used to be Victoria Heights.
Victoria Heights.
I know they were famous for their chips.
I'm shocked that you actually mentioned Pravina's, because when you were going to finish now, I was going to tell you, but you couldn't beat the chips from Pravina's.
Yeah.
Those were the best chips ever.
They introduced it.
Absolutely.
And then they also introduced the word with the works.
And you remember they used to have a small little ledge when you walked into Pravina's, then there was the counter, but behind you against the window, there was a small ledge.
Yes.
And that's where you would sit with that plate of
Yes.
chips, which had the works on it. But, oh man, that was, you couldn't get that anywhere else.
Buddy, we were introduced to the fork at that time too.
Absolutely. But I didn't know they made bunnies. It must have been veg bunnies.
No, they made bunnies. Yes, they made veg bunnies. as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to get it from there, but then also there were a few other places.
Yeah.
The names just don't come to mind right
Ansaar's,
now.
Ansaar's.
Yes.
Ansaar's was not just bunnies.
No.
It was the samosas.
Ansaar.
It was their pies. You remember that pie?
Mhm,
The mutton pie.
But
Oh.
the Ansaar's were the drumsticks
Oh.
and the sausages.
Oh, Faizal, now you're making my mouth water.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Today, how many shops in the Casbah? Take a guess.
I haven't given. I haven't.
Where you could get a burger.
It's
I can't see one anymore. There's none. There's maybe one or two tea rooms, and as you know, the only standing tea room from back in the day is Dina's. Exactly. All the others popped up recently, but I think the last takeaway that may have moved out of town was Bilal's in Prince Edward Street.
Oh yes.
Yes, I think that could have been the last one.
Now
sad.
you do get some takeaways, but they're more the Pakistani,
Yes,
Indian, the chicken tikka. type of
Absolutely,
guys.
yeah.
You're not getting the.
Not getting the ones that we had. That was just something
but then
else.
don't stress. Just go a few kilometers up the hill, and you'll find between Ridge Road and Reynolds Road in Overport, I think more than 30.
Yeah. Surprising. Florida Road, Faizal, is slowly becoming Muslim.
Yes.
Which is so good. Previously, Florida Road would be a place that we would probably stay away. It just wasn't our scene, and it was all the things that were not halal, not Islamic. But slowly, and it's so good to see it from the bottom, it's starting, all the restaurants are starting to become halal restaurants,
Yep.
Muslim-owned halal restaurants, which is excellent. So I can see Florida Road probably in a year's time, maybe being 85 to 90% halal.
No, it will be, because it makes, forget religion, but it makes commercial sense as well.
Absolutely.
Because the buying power of the Muslim community is absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And in fact, I was, there was somebody purchasing it, a restaurant, a sort of a takeaway kind of thing. And it was a non-Muslim who was buying it, but he insisted that he wants to purchase it with a halal certificate.
Okay.
And when I asked him, and he said, forget the commercial side of it. I've been here for the last 2 months, and I'm getting non-Muslims that come in and ask for halal.
Down just one street parallel to Florida Road, there's a coffee shop, quite a popular coffee shop, but it's not really a shop. It's basically the patio, the balcony.
Yeah.
So there you go. People will probably say, "Oh, I know the one." We're not going to mention them. It's a balcony.
Yes,
but it's very, very popular. And the strange thing about that is that the owner is white.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
But he has insisted that it is totally halal, not Muslim friendly, halal.
Halal, not
They do
halal,
not deviate from it. And it's unusual today to have a white-owned business. You're also going to be very untrusting, but this is straight up. So and they a lot of Muslim people sit there during the day doing business, having meetings. So it's I can see that sort of business is now starting to become more halal, which is good.
Now talking about the Casbah, did we even at that time? I mean, it was just taken for granted that the restaurant, the place that you go to, will be halal.
Yes,
we just took it for
Yes,
granted.
we
They
did.
didn't necessarily need any certificate,
yes, we
because
did.
they understood what we wanted, and they ensured there was no contamination. And if and if they were not selling meat, then they were
Yes.
sort of
Yeah.
fully what you call now vegetarian.
And that's why during those days
Mhm.
when we went to each other's flats,
Mhm.
we didn't actually ask if the food's halal.
No.
We took it that it is halal.
Yes, because the aunties ensured.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, we were all one big family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's a nice
absolutely.
message that's come for you, buddy.
Yep, from our brother Faizal Saib.
Yep.
And he says, Salams, buddy. So you remember Salama Takeaway in Bond Street? Yes,
Love
of
it,
course. They used to make the best egg chutney bunny. Oh, how was that one? And he says that was their Saturday morning breakfast.
Yep.
Now, brother Faizal Saib's family comes from Short Street.
Okay.
And my family also comes from Short Street. So their family was like part of our family and vice versa. And one of the things about, he's talking about breakfast on a Saturday morning, breakfast on a Sunday morning in the Casbah. Do you remember? Chops, chutney, mash, and tea. With white bread.
Yes.
So he says
And I'm
egg
just
chutney
thinking-
bunny.
I'm just
Wow.
just thinking if we had those slicing machines in those days, we were using the knife
Oh.
to slice the bread.
Oh my word. You
You
know what
remember?
I'm thinking, Faisal?
Yeah.
Imagine giving our kids one of those machines now and don't tell them what it is.
No.
They'll have no clue
No
what to
clue.
do with it.
But you got to be cautious. They don't put their hands in there.
Oh yeah, indeed. But with food, it's funny how the Casbah, we always get to that thing of food, because every little corner had a tea room that you knew you would have something special.
Yep.
Victory Lounge, you knew those cakes, you
Yep.
know the jalebi, you knew the
Which is-
7 nuts, and then Danji's across the road. Remember Danji's?
Yes, of
Eh?
course, for the popcorn, man.
Oh,
If you wanted popcorn, that's where you went to.
you walk when we used to come back from school, Faisal, because you used to walk with us. We used to walk past there. That was the first thing that he hit you, the
Yeah,
popcorn, eh?
Yeah. The aroma of it was too much.
Yep, indeed.
And of course, and they had a style of putting the salt in the packet too. Yeah, and of course, Faisal Saib talks about the fresh orange juice in the bottle.
Ooh.
The little quart used to be
Okay.
delivered outside your house.
Okay, now, have you tasted that orange juice in the bottle? Eh?
Yes, I did.
The plastic bottle can't do
No,
justice to it in
no.
the bottle.
That had a unique taste, man.
And you know what? It's another thing, and Faisal's probably going to have a smile on this one.
Mhm.
The flavored milk in the bottle.
Yes.
We used to have that green one,
The green, the
pink one,
the brown.
the brown. The one in the plastic container now, nothing like that
You
one. Eh?
can't touch those.
Oh
You
man,
can't touch those.
that was
You
good.
can't touch those.
But
Mhm.
streets also, we didn't realize the names of the streets.
Yeah.
Queen Street,
Mhm.
Prince Edward Street,
Mhm.
Albert Street. It was all named after British
British,
monarchy,
yeah.
royalty.
Yep.
And
Leopold Street.
Leopold
Carlyle,
Street.
yeah.
Exactly. We just took it for granted,
Mhm.
that was the name of the street.
Yes,
With the renaming of the street,
I'm
it's
lost. I still can't.
totally thrown us completely
I still
out.
can't
eh?
understand it. I
You
phoned
know?
my son the other day and said to him, I'm in the corner of a commercial road in Albert Street. I said, Dad, where's that now?
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, Soldier's Way.
Yes.
There's a reason why it was called Soldier's Way.
Tell me.
The station was there next to the post office.
I remember.
And if you walked all the way up that road,
Mhm.
you would come to Natal Command by the
Yes.
race course.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the soldiers used to get off the train
Okay.
and march
down.
up that road
Okay.
to NMR. And
Yeah.
what is it? the Natal Military Command.
Go on,
And
yeah.
You know where it is, by the
I know
race course in the
exactly, it's after
middle.
the bridge.
That's right.
They had a little hole there.
And
DLI
because they
or
were
something.
DLI,
Durban
perfect.
Light Infantry.
That's it, perfect. And because of their marching, that's why it was called Soldier's Way.
I never gave it a thought. Eh?
Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
One of the other things is Albert Street.
Mhm.
Albert Street was very synonymous with the white and the non-white area. That was
Yes.
the boundary.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you know where the boundary was? Albert Street on the Avalon side
Yes.
was Indian area.
Okay.
Across the road,
Where the
where the
Nedbank is.
NBS is now,
The Nedbanks, yeah.
and the Nedbank,
Yeah.
was
Nedbank
white
House.
area.
Okay.
Because
is it?
that used to be, remember GC's Shaves? I
Oh
didn't
yes,
know.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
a
yes,
big
yes,
shop with
yes, yes,
wallpaper and
yes,
paint.
yes, yes.
They were there, but that was white area.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
slowly the Indian area then sort of moved into that as they expanded. But in Carlisle Street, the
Mhm.
corner of Carlisle Street and Albert Street,
Yeah.
there's a building there. Downstairs there used to be Cozy Pen Takeaway or Tea Room.
Mhm,
Upstairs is the building. Do you know, right up until the early 80s,
Yep.
whites were living in that building.
Yes, I'm aware of
Yep.
that. Yep.
Exactly.
And it was under the Rent Control Act or
Yep.
something.
Yep. They were living in that building.
Yes, yes,
Amazing,
yes.
eh?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh well, let's hope we get some messages and
No, it will come
some
through.
people.
Don't worry.
So if you're out there and you have a good smile on your face and you can hear what we're saying, or you want to add something to it,
Yep.
whether it's a food, place, something funny, or a person, WhatsApp us or call us. We'd love to hear from you guys.
060-904-1056. Yep, we are discussing Durban's famous Casbah area.
Yep.
And we'd like to hear from you. I mean, I'm sure you have memories.
Yep. Now, Faizal, Bashapir.
Yep.
We used to go there during Muharram times, and the one thing we used to go there for was, if you remember, they used to make the kebabs.
That was during the Urs ministry.
The Urs, sorry, yes.
Yes.
They used to make the kebabs.
Yes, yes.
Now, wasn't those kebabs something else?
Absolutely. And then give you newspaper.
And strangely, even if you had no money, somehow you'll get a kebab somewhere.
You'll get it. Don't worry. Because some people...
It was just a town thing.
Salams, guys. Do you still remember Grey Street, Patel's Bunny Place? Thank you. Good show. This comes from Mohammed.
Absolutely.
I think, yeah.
How can
those
we
bunnies,
forget?
you can't forget those.
They're still there.
They're still there.
They're
Yes,
still there. They're
there.
still producing the bunnies. People from around the world that have left South Africa, whenever they come back to Durban, somehow that seems to be a stop.
That has to be.
We want to go to
Yeah.
Patel's and get a bunny. When last have you had one from them, Faizal?
I haven't had from them for a long time, but there's lots and lots and lots of competitors these days.
Yes.
Yep.
Somehow it's not tasting like what it used to taste.
You won't get that old. We used to have all our mothers and grandmothers that used to cook.
Yeah.
They had a unique style of cooking.
Absolutely.
They even ground their own spices.
Yeah, they did.
They ground their own spices.
Yeah, they did.
So they knew exactly what was there. And that food had a unique taste.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get that, unfortunately.
I wonder how many people still have that stone with that rolling thing.
No, many of them have it, but as an ornament.
Yes.
As an
But if you do have that,
Yeah.
that is priceless.
Yes.
Because if that thing could talk, because that probably came from your granny to your mom,
Oh, yes.
and now it's with you, and you don't know what to do with it.
You just got it there as an ornament.
You would go and buy your spices.
Yes, definitely. I know when Ramadan's coming, then the mothers got the mung in there.
Yep.
Don't ask me what's English one name for it.
Where did you guys buy your spices from?
There were many.
You remember your
I'm
mom?
just trying to recall. There was Osman Spice there.
That's the one.
That's the one
I'm talking.
The
They were
Osman Spice, John Quincy.
they
that's
were
where the mother used
opposite
to
the
go.
mosque in that arcade.
Yes.
And then there was Osman Spice Works, and you could get everything there.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything you could get is spices and stuff. There's a message coming through there, Faizal, from Saib.
Yep.
Faizal.
Best kebab, buddy. Best kebabs at Bashapir were made by the late Smash. Oh yes.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
there you
Oh,
go.
yes.
So Faizal knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
We just went there for the kebabs and the kawali.
Of course, the next day you went for a good donut ice cream too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it was fun because virtually the whole of Durban was there,
And
and that's the
Faizal,
only time you could walk. You could walk from wherever you are there.
and what time were we walking?
1 in the morning.
Did we even look over our shoulder?
No. The only time
No.
we looked over to see if our friends were behind us.
Oh man, those were the glory days indeed. People
mhm.
may think, oh, we're talking too much about the past, but we're not actually.
No, you see, if you come from that era,
Yes,
then you'll enjoy
absolutely.
this discussion. But
Absolutely.
what needs to happen, you need to contribute to the discussion as well.
Yes, yeah.
So you can send us a WhatsApp 060-904-1056. And if you want to join us in the studio, you're most welcome. Just tell us you're coming over. We'll
Yeah.
arrange for you to come and join us and share your
Yeah.
thoughts with us.
I know brother Faizal is really on point today. He says his dad used to sell chana in
Yeah.
a paper cone at Bashapir. Yep.
Mhm.
Remember you'd get the nuts and the chana
yes,
in a paper cone.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, Faizal, that is very special, man.
Mhm.
What our fathers did to
Just to-
make a living.
And to take care
when
of
we
us.
think about it today,
Mhm.
I do know my father, when he was a boy, used to sell muruku
Okay.
in Victoria Street outside the Royal Cinema.
Okay.
Now, when you sit and you think about it, you think, oh man, that's so sad.
Yes.
But they were making a living.
Mhm. message from Brother Yusuf says, was
Yeah.
there Musafir Khana in the corner of
That's
Bray and
right.
Victoria Streets on top of a pharmacy? The
Yep.
pharmacy is now presently.
Mm.
And who used to stay there? Was it Kalasis? Yes. Sailors visiting Durban.
Mm.
Or who do you know
Mm.
who used to live there? Yes,
Yep.
a very good point.
Of course.
In fact,
Yep.
I don't know if you remember, buddy, but I
Yep.
clearly remember that these ships were coming the Karanja,
The Karanja,
Kapala,
SS
etc.
Karanja.
SS, yeah.
Mm.
And then we used to call those, the sailors there, the Kalasis
Okay.
at the time.
All right.
And this place was for
Yeah.
them.
I
And
didn't
then-
know it was for sailors.
No,
I thought it was for the Haji, the
No,
people
no.
going on Hajj
that
from
was also
Joburg.
part of it.
Yes.
Part of it as well.
Okay.
When they go, they come from Johannesburg to
Right.
Durban, then board the ship,
Mm.
so they
Mm.
also need a few nights. So there were people that were from out of Durban that should come and stay there.
Oh, okay.
And there were also these people that should come and stay there as well.
Yeah, I didn't know the sailors.
Yeah.
I thought it was predominantly for the people from out of Durban that
Mhm.
had to take a ship,
Yes.
and they would come to Durban, and that's where they would stay.
Mhm.
But we got other memories of that place.
Yes. We got the table tennis
Mr.
memories.
Ghani, he was
Yes.
running the Muslim youth movement from
Yes.
there on a Friday night,
Mhm.
and we used to go play table tennis, eat samosa.
Yes. Of course.
We had but you're quite right. I don't know who sent that message, brother Yusuf.
Yusuf sent
You're
that.
quite right. There was definitely downstairs used to be what's the takeaway opposite?
GC Captain.
GC Captain.
No. Yeah, Captain's Balcony Hotel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And upstairs was that building,
Musafir
and
Khana.
it became a pharmacy after that. Yeah.
Good message from Rashid. You can read that, bro.
Salams buddy from brother Rashid. He says, I lived in Lipo Street. Kingsgate Clothing Manufacturers was next door to my building.
Okay.
That was my first job working as a clerk. I'm enjoying the program. Fantastic memories. And brother Rashid, of course, I know that block of flats. It's still there, Faizal.
Yes.
It's like a 3-story or
Mhm.
block of flats
Yeah.
right next door to Kingsgate Clothing. And Kingsgate employed a lot of people from the
Yep.
community.
Mhm.
They got people that needed jobs. They would give them a job. So they
Mhm.
did really well.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I showed you. I've got a photo. Now, Kingsgate sits right next door to Anjuman School.
Yes.
I've got a photo of Anjuman School when it was first built,
Mhm.
and right next door was a single-story cottage.
Oh, is it?
I must
Okay.
bring that photo and
Yes,
show
we
you.
have to. We have
So that photo is probably standing where Kingsgate is standing now.
Mhm.
Single-story cottage with a veranda.
Mhm.
When you look at that, you think, oh, town must have been so, laid back then. But yes, of course, that's lovely. Thank you, brother Rashid. Thank you for sharing that memory with us.
060-904-1056. Yes, note the number down. 060-904-1056. Let those WhatsApp messages roll.
Yeah.
Remember, we finished the program at 10 o'clock, so you've got like 32 minutes.
Yeah.
And what normally happens is from 5 to 10, the WhatsApp messages come, they start pouring in, and you can't complete
Yep.
them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What about, if you remember, Mullah's Cafe?
Yes, I do.
They first were there by the race course,
Mm-hmm.
and then Victoria Street.
Seriously.
But their food was famous for Bombay Crush.
Bombay Crush,
Yeah.
the naans, the jalebis.
Oh, the naan was special,
Yeah,
Faisal.
yeah.
It was the milk naan.
Milk naan.
Something was different when you dip that in the halim. Ooh, it was something else.
Actually, you're even getting the mouth watering, buddy.
Yeah, you started it off with the whole damn cheese.
I
Yeah,
mean, we forgot so much. There was so much more that happened
Yeah.
at the Casbah, but we just went with the food.
absolutely. So we're quite in a privileged space here in that we're talking about restaurants and whatever. And one of the iconic restaurants in town was Ansaar's.
Yes.
And it's lovely to know that the son of the original owner is the owner of First Fitness,
Mhm. Oh,
who
yes.
sponsors
Your show.
my show. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, he
I was
carries the
wondering-
legacy.
I was wondering why you go on about Hansas all
Yeah.
the time. So I know it makes sense.
No, but
makes sense.
it's lovely to see him carrying on the
Yes,
legacy of his
yes,
father,
yes.
business-wise.
Absolutely.
Because Hansas is definitely iconic in the Casbah area.
Mhm.
And tell me about sportsmen, in the Casbah area.
Yes.
We've got quite a few sportsmen, and
Lots
I've
of
got a nice, people that came through the sporting. For instance, Kasim Dokrat, Mr.
Oh,
Kasim
yes,
Dokrat,
yes.
one of the foremost cricket administrators for nearly 4 decades, pre and post apartheid
yes,
time.
Yes.
And he held various positions, including president in Durban and
Mhm.
Natal Cricket,
Mhm.
Durban Sports Ground Association. Men those days, Faisal,
Mhm.
you would think that they wanted to spend time at home with the family because they're
Mhm.
working, yet they would donate their time to ensure that there was cricket, there was football, and nothing happened in town. We had to go to Springfield,
Yes, absolutely.
or Siripad Road. Yet these men made sure the grounds were set, goalposts were up, or
Everything,
the cricket fit.
yes.
We really.
You didn't just walk into a ready-made pitch to go and play.
Today it doesn't really happen like that, doesn't it?
No, today you walk and everything is ready for you.
There was another gentleman, I don't know if you know him, Pops Muller.
Yes.
Table tennis. He was one of the outstanding table tennis players during the 50s and the 60s. He won the Natal singles title in 1960 and 1964, several Natal titles and Durban titles. He also held national doubles titles, 1952, Faizal. 52, 54, 60. He apparently had his passport confiscated. He was denied travel to the 1959 World Championships in Japan by the apartheid government. How we suffered, eh? We had great sportsmen that didn't have the opportunity to go on the world stage and actually compete, and they would have definitely have competed.
Absolutely, they would have done excellent too.
There's a message here.
Salams, do you remember the two doctors in Queen Street? Dr. Isaac next to Osman very well, and Dr. Chidrawi, yes, Peter Chidrawi, yes, next to A.V. Muhammad. These doctors were very dedicated with long queues. Jazakallah. Absolutely.
I used to walk past Dr. Chidrawi every evening when I used to come back from football training.
I can still picture him,
and with his white outfit. And it must have been 8:30 in the night. And if you remember, people were queuing outside Dr. Chidrawi 5 o'clock in the morning. So
they had, I think, Sam Hackner next to him.
That's right.
On the other side was Cabros, I think. And then was
And when you went to him, you got everything you wanted. You wouldn't get a script to go to the chemist to get. You were like, there's all the tablets, there's that white medicine that you would drink.
Yes.
And I think everybody got the same medicine.
But it was the faith that people had in this doctor.
Of course.
The belief and the faith.
And Dr. Chidrawi was Jewish.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't realize it.
He's Jewish, Okay. But I think he was one of those that, yes, we may say, okay, business was good, but I think he played a huge part in service to our community.
Oh, yes, he did. He
didn't turn people away. And like the brother says, very dedicated. And like he says, long queues. You had to sit there. Dr. Isaac, the dentist in Good Hope Center, he passed away just recently.
Yes. I know his name. I can picture him.
I'm just trying to think of him as well.
Dr. Umar?
Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. What a gentleman, eh? In his white outfit also, he'd come down. He apparently passed away recently.
I'm not sure.
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, there's a message that comes through. Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We have to admit that there were movies in the Casbah. We can't walk away from that one.
Yes.
Whether you went or whether you didn't go. So this brother Yusuf, he says, does anyone remember the film scene shot in Madrasa Arcade? Okay. I still remember the American actor's name, Eddie Cochran, shooting the film scene in Madrasa Arcade. I must have been 12 years old in around 1960s. That is brilliant. I didn't know that.
No. I actually, the first time I heard that, it was
I didn't know that. But I think if you film a film scene in Madrasa Arcade, Faizal, you could say that is Marrakesh in Morocco.
Yes,
am I right?
Yes.
It looked just like that. So
yes.
We'd like to know more about that film scheme, brother Yusuf, if you just maybe. But thank you for sharing that one. Very, very nice.
So there's lots more to Casbah than we know, buddy.
Oof. Faizal, I've got a book on the businesses that were in the Casbah in the 1935.
Okay, that was well.
You will be shocked in places that we know that had something totally different. Queen Street, they had a cigar factory.
A what?
Cigar factory.
I hope we didn't.
Because those days cigars was quite popular.
Yes.
But to have a factory in Queen Street.
That's something.
Oh, you said.
Where in Queen Street was it? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know, but I will find out and I'll definitely let you know.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Did you go to the market with your mom anytime?
Oh, yes. I remember you go there and you take those little bags with you.
Yeah.
And, each time you're having a different bag and all the bags in one big basket.
Yep, that's right.
And you go to the market and then, you're getting everything. And that was at that time, you could take money in your pocket and bring the goods back in the basket.
Yeah.
Unlike now, when you take it in the basket, and then once you got everything, you get one of those rickshaws kind of thing.
That's right.
Put everything in there, and you meet them outside your building downstairs.
You know what I used to like was if you're going to buy green beans,
Yes.
then put it on that scale.
Yes.
And you put the weights, and the
Weights,
weight's still moving. You take it off the scale, and you throw the green beans in your bag. No packet.
No.
In the bag.
In the bag. Yes.
Then you go and get potatoes. You
The
throw
same
that on
bag.
top of the green.
Yeah. No, but our mothers really worked hard.
I used to go to the market with my father.
Yes.
And one day I went to the market, Faisal. I think I was a young teenager, like I didn't really want to go to the market anymore with my father.
Yeah.
So every time he would go to one stall, he would talk to those people.
Yes.
I'm standing with these two packets behind him.
Yes.
So one day, and it's busy, the guys go with those carts, they go past you.
Mm-hmm.
So one day he was talking to this guy, and I thought, oh man, I put my packets down.
Okay.
All right. He finished talking to this guy. So I picked my one packet up, and we went to the next store. And we bought something, and he said, "Okay, open it." He says, "Where's the other packet?"
Yeah. But when you went back, it was there.
No, it was gone.
It was gone. Okay.
I think as they walk past, they just pick it up.
Okay.
If you put it down, you had to keep it.
Yeah.
But the market was a totally different world, wasn't it? And you could get everything. At a
here's
good
your friend.
price.
Someone's asking you, asking about your friend. Salam.
Oh, Patan. Yes.
Do you remember Patan?
Oh,
Very
yes.
muscular man. Bit scared to walk past him. Yes.
We had a few of those men in town. There was Patan. There was Kilroy.
Yes.
You would be very
Was
cautious.
was Patan also known as Hanan?
Yes.
Yep.
Very, but yeah. So we also were scared to walk past him, but no, he wasn't going to harm us.
They didn't harm
It's
anyone.
just that we were scared.
We were scared. But
Yeah.
walk across the walk on the other side of the road, and most of the roads were all two-way. Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
Yep.
That's where we used to sit on Grey Street, at that railing in the middle,
Yes.
and we used to sit there and watch
Yes.
all the things go by.
And then there was Faizal Saib says that there was a tobacco factory in Prince Edward Street. Yes,
Alright.
our building in Short Street was behind this factory.
Okay.
Yep, I remember it very well.
Oh,
Yep.
Faisal, I didn't know that. I know there
I
was
think-
businesses and flats
I think
above.
it was either Gina Scott or the cotton building next to it.
Okay.
One of the two.
All right.
I recall
Okay.
it.
Wow. I went back to Short Street recently.
Is it? But
Yeah,
now it's
recently I
got
went
Chinese, is it?
to, you know what?
Yep.
We perceive it to be like dangerous and all the stuff. It wasn't. I
Okay.
was alone. I was with a camera.
Yep.
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I thought I would be more cautious. And then after a while, I could see there was no need for me
Mhm.
to. So I walked all the way down to the dead end of Short Street,
Okay.
where my granny and Faizal's family used to live upstairs there. And
Okay.
surprisingly enough, a gentleman came out
Yeah.
and he said, "Buddy,"
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh, yeah." He says, "I listened to the show all the time," and he came rushing downstairs.
Okay.
So
okay.
now I've hooked up with him. I'm gonna go back and take more shots and stuff like
So
that.
you're acknowledging him on the show then?
Yes,
Okay,
of course.
okay,
You
okay.
know, it was good to go back into that flat. I had good memories there.
Mhm.
When the market burnt down, Faisal.
Yes. I was in Victoria Street at the time.
Okay.
And I remember we were at the movies at the time.
All right. Okay.
And one of our friends walks into the movie and says, "You know what? The market's burning."
Oops.
And I it was yep. And then I walked down there with my dad and my mom, and we went to see what was
See.
happening. We were particularly concerned because my uncle had a stall there,
Okay. Yeah.
and we were concerned about. But the sad part of that whole thing, the sad part, you could hear those parrots and
The
that
birds.
were the birds and that
Mm.
screaming. You know what I mean? I still remember that. You
Yeah.
could just hear that.
It
Yeah.
was Friday, March the 16th, 1973, when the market burnt down.
Okay. Okay.
And yep, there's a lot of talk about whether it was actually purposely burnt down by the city council.
Mhm.
There's still that uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
And the new market
Yeah.
was officially opened on Saturday, the 30th of November, that wasn't 73. But you know how much they said the new market cost? 109,000
At that time.
at that time.
Actually, I think one of those stores will
1978.
be, one of those stores will be 10 times that value.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1984 it was when.
There's about 30 pictures that have come from Sister
Oh
Zina.
yeah.
Sister Salam's in my dad's days, but unfortunately we can't discuss these pictures as such, in the sense that, but I mean,
They come from our site, from my Grey Street Casbah site.
Oh, is it from your side?
So there's the
yeah,
entrance to the mosque
Mosque,
from the
yes,
Queen
yes.
Street side.
yeah.
Okay, this one we won't talk
No,
about.
don't
Yeah.
talk about that, definitely.
Avalon
Yes,
Alberts.
yes, yes,
we all
yes.
know
Yes.
Avalon.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you know that Ideals on the corner?
Yes.
It's been there from 1920 something.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure.
That one on that
Mhm.
corner.
Yes, yes, yes.
Incredible. And then
Yeah.
now they had to close up,
Mhm,
sadly. So,
mhm. But you know,
times have
I'm looking at
changed.
the picture here. Look at the cars.
Look at the cars.
And
eh?
going
Two-way.
both ways, two ways. Yeah.
Even Queen Street,
Yeah.
all the streets were two-way.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Sorry, I'm
all-
just. Oh, yeah.
That's
oh,
Mr. Sony.
Sony, the famous. Yeah.
Oh, the fastest bottle cap opener in the
Yes,
world.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's a beautiful picture. That's about 1925.
The car still.
Yeah, that's
That means these buildings have been there from that time.
now look at the mosque building. There's a
Mhm.
photo of the mosque. Look across the road from Queen Street, that small building there.
Yes, yes. That's what
I
Happy
remember
said.
that
Correct,
building.
correct,
Faizal,
yes.
I remember that building. On that corner was an African record shop. They would have music
Yes,
and you could buy records.
yes, yes.
Sunkist, the original.
Yeah, original.
Sunkist
original,
by the
yes,
beachfront.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Goodwill
Lounge.
Yes, yes, yes. And
Mm.
I can't. I
This
can't
is
read I can't read this.
Sunrise in Sparks Road.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but
This is a
hey,
nice photo.
This one here.
Yeah.
They're actually delivering milk over there, and I think the
But
milk
you know
factory
from
was
where?
there. From the factory.
Good Hope Center.
Yes, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
right. Royal Dairy.
Royal Dairy. Yes.
And they used to say in the night,
Mhm.
you could hear where they used to wash the bottles.
Yes.
So the whole night you could hear this clink, clink, clink,
Clink,
clink,
clink of
clink
water,
of
yeah.
bottles hitting
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's a beautiful
Mhm,
photo.
mhm, mhm,
It's a
mhm,
beachfront.
mhm, mhm. Yep.
Durban's a beautiful city,
Mhm.
Faisal.
You notice the cables on the top.
Yeah.
And you know what
Trams.
that was for the trams. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The trams.
It's excellent. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just going through these pictures,
Yeah.
but it's bringing back memories. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And if you want to see these photos,
Yes.
this is our photo, the
Yes,
Hansas
yes,
one.
yes, yes,
If you want to see all these photos, you go to our Facebook page, Grey
Mhm.
Street, Casbah and surrounds.
Mhm.
It's got thousands of photographs.
Yeah,
Thousands.
Mhm.
But thank you, Sister Zinat, for sharing that one.
Yep,
It's
yep.
That's very nice of you. We'll try
Mhm.
and see how we can do it as well.
Yep. I think we need to take a short break, buddy.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's have a look. It's
Yep.
now
Asif sitting there.
42 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Yes, and he's indicating to me that you guys haven't taken a break. So
We could talk for hours about
no, you
this.
can
I hope
definitely-
you're out there enjoying the show. But please do send us a message. Faisal, give them the number, please.
060-904-1056.
Excellent. Okay, we'll be back in a bit. This is Radio Al Ansar.
Radio Ansaar.
Plan your dream holiday with the specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 8877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Own your crown this Women's Day, 9th August with Al Ansar Foundation. An unforgettable day with the dynamic Apazakira Ansarmia, the multi-talented Rabia Carvalho, the energetic Fahima Asmal, and your favorite Radio Al Ansar presenters. A crowned event awaits you. Tickets 250 Rand. Call outreach now. Dress up, show up. Own your crown this Women's Day, 9th August with Al Ansar Foundation. You know what really gets under my skin? When my cake or icing just doesn't come out right. It's such a bummer. But I found this incredible margarine called Wooden Spoon, and it's been a total lifesaver for my baking adventures. It makes my icing turn out just perfect every time. When I whip up something with Wooden Spoon, I feel like a master baker. Seriously, my cakes have never looked better. The secret? Wooden Spoon margarine. It's like the magic ingredient for nailing those perfect bakes. And guess what? It's even endorsed by the South African Bakers Guild Association. Just another quality product from the Willowton Group.
Getting you through your day. Radio Al Ansar.
We'll be back again. It's 44 minutes after 9 o'clock. Faizal, Suleman, and me, Buddy Govender, we walking through the Casbah, Faizal.
Mhm.
Got a few messages that came through on the comments on the Facebook page. Where's the message? Comments. 1 second. There you go. It says, cinemas were our go-to place with our grandparents. And after watching the movie, we should buy the LP. Obviously, the soundtrack or something. Another one came from our sister Razia Hussein. Abdul Ibrahim, brother Abdul, he says, Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Really going down memory lane. My late dad worked at GC Shaves.
Okay.
The best paints and wallpapers. I walked to the fringe parking. It was in the middle of the Beater Street and Albert Street intersection. Yeah, we know that one. After tuition on a Saturday was so safe. We loved going into town, and that comes from Husna Ibrahim. I wonder if they went to tuition at Anjuman School, because Saturday mornings, remember?
Yes, tuition there.
Buzzing, Mr. Patel.
Yes. And tuition also at the Victoria State Library.
Yep.
They should have it there. The message comes through. Firstly, somebody sent a private message, Mohsin Hassan Ali. Okay. Do you guys remember the gangs? The Tashins, the Queen's Brigade, the young generation, etc.
Yeah, we do. Somehow, with all due respect, I don't like to talk about gangs because, and I think the brother will understand that some of the family are still around, and some nasty things happen. But GC Shaves working there. That was a lovely shop, beautiful shop. And I think the parking area that he's talking about is that area by Beater Street and Soldiers Way. Is that vacant? They used to have a park and ride there, but it was for whites at the time. Yes. But I'm sure that's the area that he's talking, says in the middle of Beater Street and Albert Street. Yeah, that's exactly the one.
A message comes from an anonymous, but all anonymous says that Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And all we can say is wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And there's no message.
Oh, well, he's putting us in the eyes. I'll just be going back in the day, huh? But, so we're talking about Casbah, and we're talking, and every Friday night, we just reminisce, nothing really planned. We got so much in our DNA about the Casbah that I think if, you want to talk about it, we can certainly listen to your stories, and it elicits so many other memories when we talk about one thing. Tuition, while we're talking about tuition, where did you go for tuition, Faizal?
I used to go to what you call it, in Pine Street School, at Crescent School.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't the school anymore. It closed on. Okay. But there was some room. There was a room there where we used to learn maths.
Okay.
And I learned the best maths over there.
Who was the maths teacher? Do you remember?
No, at that time we had one of the students while he was studying.
Oh, okay.
Just to get Mahmoud Amra, I think.
Okay, okay. It's amazing how many students were actually studying that actually were capable of also giving tuition. They would do that. And that was good. We would all go to Anjuman School.
Okay.
Because Mr. Patel was the
Mr.
master, wasn't he? Yeah,
absolutely.
And I don't know why, but maybe he thought I couldn't really understand, which maybe he was right. But he would explain things to me in terms of like football.
Is it? Yeah.
So if you get two corners and they score 3 goals,
that's the way you understood it best.
Mr. Patel was my neighbor.
Okay.
He lived right next door to us.
Okay.
So there were times where he would talk to my dad and then say to my dad, I must come over there to his house.
Yes.
Oh, I hated it. And sit at his dining room table
and
he would teach maths. And these men did that sometimes for no pay. Huh?
No, they were dedicated. Very dedicated.
Absolutely.
And they loved it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Salams, my brother's good show. You remember Ansaar takeaway? Their food was so good, so tasty. Your buddy will never forget that. I can tell you that.
I wonder what the brother actually remembers from Ansaar's. Sister Zina, she said, so sad to hear about Dr. Umar. I used to go to him from the 80s. Last visited him in the COVID time. Allah Ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus and grants. Sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't know. I do recall he passed away. I hope I'm not wrong.
Please. Yeah.
But again, he was such a good man.
Absolutely.
Indeed, he was.
Rashida reminds us of the fish market. Yes, we can't forget the fish market.
Smell. Faizal?
Yes.
Wasn't just remember the smell.
But I don't know if you remember this. There might have been 20 fish stalls over there.
Yeah.
But your mother went to a particular stall.
Even the meat as well.
Yeah, and they used to buy the 74, which was famous at the time.
That's right.
A particular stall. And he knew exactly what you wanted.
And how did they all make a living? If there was like 10 fish stalls there.
Everybody made the living. They enjoyed it. They made a living. They enjoyed it. And they also fought with each other too.
I love what you said just now, that they knew exactly what you came for.
They knew exactly. Auntie, we've got fresh thing. Just came this morning,
You remember Sarkots in Victoria Street?
Yes.
And it was a small little area where the people stand was full.
Yeah.
Yet the guy was so nice that if you went in as a little boy and your dad ordered something, he would or get the stuff ready. Then he would go and get a few slices of polony, put it in a packet, and just give it to you.
Yes.
And then you would stand there, take that red plastic thing off the edge, and just whack the polony. Never worried about whether it was washed, that we were healthy. Today, the kids will never do that.
Yes, of course.
There you are.
Okay. I don't know whether you remember Haji Wali. He was so
course.
fat as a kid. We should laugh at him till he swore. Yes, I remember very well.
A
wonderful
he
gentleman.
came from a good family. Eh?
Yes, a very
he
good
came
family.
from a very good family.
And a wonderful gentleman.
Yeah, we didn't understand at that time that he had an illness that made him like that. But you know.
Okay, we've read that message. 06090411056. Brother Yusuf still typing a message, so we'll wait for that message to come through. And
the Juma Masjid, you know, I'm going to read this out because it's important. It says in August 1881, Abu Bakr Ahmad Javeri, together with Haji Muhammad Haji Dada, purchased a site in Grey Street from K. Munsami for £115 for the construction of a mosque. A tiny brick and mortar structure which stood on the site was converted into the mosque. In 1884, the two founders had the brick and mortar structure rebuilt in larger units. The Juma Masjid was the first mosque to be built in Natal. On February the 15th, 1884, Abu Bakr's estate purchased land adjacent to the mosque to enable its expansion. In 1889, Haji Muhammad Dada, in his capacity as the only trustee of the Great Street Mosque, purchased more land adjoining it because of the sharp increase in the number of worshippers. The first of the two minarets on the Great Street Mosque was constructed in 1904. At the same time, two shops were built adjacent to the mosque to provide an income for its maintenance. A second minaret was added to the mosque structure in 1905, and several rooms, toilets, and shower facilities were also added at the rear of the mosque for the use of travelers to the city. There you go. So that was also... Rooms was also built for the Muadhin. All of these dwellings had to be removed when the Juma Masjid Girls' School was built adjacent to the mosque. These minarets were at the time two of the highest structures in the city of Durban. Little did we know. But look at that mosque, 1881.
Amazing. And you know, and they had a foresight, our forefathers. They had that foresight.
Absolutely.
They built these shops and that so they could get income to sustain the mosque.
Look at that, eh? That was thinking ahead. You know, not like starting the business and then now you need to make money to sustain it. They already realized that was how it was going to be. Excellent.
Okay, Yusuf says that there was another area not in the Casbah but had its own life. That's World's Road. If you remember anything, I lived there. Lots of things happened and well-known families lived here in the surrounding areas like Douglas Lane, Verbena Road, Milton Road. Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Stratford Road was in the area too, I think.
Yep, indeed. Well, the block of flats that's right up the top of Wolds Road is getting revamped. I saw that in the paper the other day because it was really in such shocking condition. My uncle had a film hire shop downstairs. And they would, but yeah, definitely the Grey Street area is just, I mean, the Warwick Avenue area is such an important part as well.
Yes, it is, undoubtedly.
This comes from...
Okay, that Faizal Sahib talks about most flats had flaps in the windows or gates for the milk. And then you can read this message here. A nice long message.
But yeah, we'll read that one now. But do you remember that thing next to your door? There was a little recess.
Yes.
And that was for the milk bottles.
For the milk bottles,
So you would leave your empty milk bottles in the night. You get up in the morning, there's a new bottle of milk. And if you ordered the orange juice, it was there.
And you normally had a little coupon which you just left over there, which you purchased.
Salams, my name is Dawood Diwan. Currently living in Pietermaritzburg, formerly from Durban, born in Victoria Street, schooled at Anjuman School. I still remember my Mulana Bashir, and I still remember in him taking the classes where Anjuman School is and where the foundation was dug, in which he put sand in it and made the dua. Whew, that was historic. When the school was built in I don't think it's a 15, it must be was the date. I attended the school. The principal's name was E.I. Khan. That's right. I can still remember some of my teachers, Mr. Dawud Ali, Katrada, Mr. Duma, Mr. Khan. And I still remember the market in Warwick Avenue where my grandmother used to sell vegetables on the floor. And I used to be a carry boy on a Saturday when the madam used to buy vegetables. And I used to carry these vegetables and receive a tip. Thanks, buddy. I would like to meet some old school friends. I wonder what year this he's talking, because I remember Mr. E.I. Khan. So it must have been also the year that my father-in-law was there, Mr. Rahman.
Highly possible.
Because, and then weren't you at Anjuman, Faisal?
Just for 1 year.
Okay. But I remember all the guys, Dawud Amra, all of these guys were in Anjuman for many years.
I was in Crescent class 1 to 75, and then I had to move over. Okay. Messi from Mubina says, I used to attend Juma Masjid school, and after school we went to the passage adjacent to buy sausage pies at Mandira's. Okay. Oh yeah, that was Juma Masjid, correct. Also used to buy lemons from an auntie in the flat in Cathedral Road. Okay, great memories.
You know, that was a girls' school, all girls' school.
Yes.
But that passage next door that went to Mandira's, again, I think we mentioned this before. If you walk down that passage, you could be in 1862 in Pakistan.
Okay. Faisal Sahib says many Muslims used to live in Hampson Grove and Acorn Road. Great history.
Indeed.
Undoubtedly. We're picking up some good history here, too.
Indeed. Well, nice to have all the messages come through. Really, really good. You know, that's what we want. It's an interactive show.
Definitely.
And the Casbah is not owned by anyone. We all have a share in this thing. And it's our responsibility to talk about it and keep it alive. Otherwise, it's going to disappear. And
you recall what a vast area it was. I mean, we might have just been living in Prince Edward Street or Queen Street or Short Street, but it extended virtually from the Esplanade right to the race course.
Well, you're right. From the race course right down to probably Pine Street. Pine Street. And then it went down to...
Let's go slightly more. Let's go to Savile Street, because there were some people...
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. One behind West Street. But let's go to West Street, because the mosque was there.
Yes, the mosque was there.
So that side of West Street.
And then afterwards, the name said it all. It becomes Broad Street after that. So you stay out of there.
You knew that wasn't our area. And then it went down to probably Soldiers Way.
This way, Soldiers Way.
Now, the other side is controversial because the Casbah would have gone to the railway tracks. But you can't dismiss Warwick Avenue across the other side.
You can't.
So I would say it went right up to Bria Road.
Probably, yes.
That's how big it was.
Yes, definitely.
There you go.
Faisal Saib says, correct, Mr. E.I. Khan and Mr. Rahman. Vice principal was Mr. A.K. Muhammad. He used to walk around with a cane. I remember 6 of the best. Yes, of course.
Faisal, that was the norm those days.
Yes, of course.
You know, today you give a child 1 of the best, you get a lawyer coming to school tomorrow. We used to get 6 of the best, never mention a word to your parents.
We were back at school the next day. Shooting, Absolutely.
Faisal, we're going up to 9 o'clock. We could sit here for hours.
When you have fun, time flies.
But every Friday night, inshallah, you can walk the talk with us in Casbah. And, it's a regular show that we try and bring those memories alive. What I'd like to also do is not just bring memories of shop. We want to talk about people that were in the Casbah.
Yes,
don't be afraid to talk about your dad. Today was so special. We talk about your dad selling chana in the thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
They made a living and they made us.
Gosh, as I told you, the messages are pouring in.
There you go.
Yep, the messages are pouring in, but I'm just having a problem. Okay.
Rashida
says, during Christmas, my dad used to take us to see color lights. It was so, yes, of course.
Window shopping.
Window shopping. And then Ahmed Qasim says, okay, he sends us a whole dua over there.
There's a there's a funeral message.
Okay, there's a funeral message that's come through. You know, read that, buddy?
Yeah, it says, it's with great sadness that we announce the passing away of our beloved Pir-Bhai Yasin Sheikh Adam, also known as Babu, father of Zahir, Zubair and Zakir, and Murid of Hazrat Sayyid Ghulam Sabir, Shah Bawa Kuchisti Sabri Kamboil, Posh Radiallahu anhu, 11th of the 6th. The Janaza pickup time is at 11 o'clock. From 29 Hannaford Road in Phoenix. Janaza Salah at 11:30.
10 past 11.
10 past 11, sorry. 10 past 11 at the Phoenix Muslim Cemetery.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Make dua Allah subhanahu grants marhum Yasin Sheikh Adam, the higher stages in Jannatul Firdaus, fills his cover with nur and grants the family sabr jameel, inshallah.
Ameen. Yeah. Well, that's where we wrap it up, Faisal. Inshallah, next Friday.
And before we go, Faisal Sahib says, Jazakallah for the funtainment. Right? That's the first time I heard that word.
Faisal Sahib, Jazakallah to you for always contributing, my brother.
Time for us to bid you farewell. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning on Rise and Shine. And for myself, Faizal MJ Suleman and Buddy Govender.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Long ago I was oh so young. When you wake up and hold your own, know with each wrinkle there's some lessons you'll learn. By the time you learn to love, you'll have to learn to lose. Since one day I'll be leaving you, but hold on tight like you once did. When you get a chance, say a prayer like this: رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. رب ارحمهما رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. رب ارحمهما. The greatest empires have turned to sin, and one day we'll all be joining them. Pray you stay firm, hope you stay kind. Pray you always learn from the best of mankind. By the time you learn to love, you'll have to learn to lose. Soon one day you hold on tight like you